But maybe there is an argument that Manchester United should have been down to 10 with 10 minutes on the clock. Dalot on Doku. Right in front of us here, Micah, and Mike Dean, incidentally working for Soccer Saturday, says it's 100% a red card from what he's seen. A VAR saying it lacked the intensity and force to overturn the on-field decision, which was a yellow card.
He's on top of his knee. That's a clear as red card as you're going to see. I mean, what more do you want for a red card?
Well, they say it's a glancing blow rather than having the intensity and force.
That's not a glancing blow.
It's not
to take a knee in a boxing match. That's you taking a knee there. You've got a good punch to the jaw. That right there is not. It looks like a red. If I'm Doku, I'm staying down. I'm staying down. If he stays down longer,
he helps him definitely.
Yeah, he gets up quick. He wants it. That's not.
I'd agree. I think
that's a red.
It's a red card.
Do you think the fact that it's come so early in the game has perhaps helped him?
Well, maybe, but then obviously they've had a look at it. Do you know what I mean? You have an opportunity. Again, we always argue about, it doesn't matter what minute it is. Is it too early? Too early to score a goal? A bad tackle like that? Listen, I've been down this road before, and I've given out some heavy tackles and been on the receiving end of a few. To me, I'm no expert on red cards, but I think it's a red.
We're going to start, however, of course, with the big game which kicked off the live action on Sky Sports at the weekend. It was a dramatic Manchester derby. We had the big talking point coming after just 11 minutes. Roy Keane, Micah Richards and Daniel Sturridge all thought Anthony Taylor should have sent Diogo Dalot off for a knee-high foul. Jeremy Doku, the referee, awarded a yellow card. VAR, Craig Pawson agreed, deeming the contact to be glancing and not with excessive force. So, look, I'm going to get straight to Dermot on this one. Should it have been upgraded to a red? Let's go with this to start with.
I speak solely for myself, Hayley. I thought it was a red card anyhow. I think he's gone in high, he's gone in straight-legged, he's hit him with his studs on his knee. The ball's not there, the ball's gone. So for me, it's a red card, but others think not.
What do you reckon, Jay?
I mean, I can't believe Dalot's trying to appeal and say, I can't believe that's a yellow card. Yeah, it's a terrible challenge. I think the priority for referees is the player's safety. And when you see challenges like that, I mean, Doku could have ended up really hurt. And I don't understand the terminology of glancing. To me, that wasn't a glancing challenge. When you say that word to me, glancing, it sounds like brushed off someone or clipped. His studs are up. It's above the ankle, which is deemed dangerous in the rules, which is a straight red. So I don't understand how they've got this wrong. I don't understand how they've looked at that and said that is not a straight red card. It's a terrible decision. That's going to be one of the worst decisions of the season. Yeah,
look, before we go and have a look at the actual terminology, I just want to ask this as well about Taylor maybe surprised he wasn't sent to the monitor, and if he was, and he sees those pictures that we are looking at, does he change his mind 100%. To a red?
Well, he didn't get sent to the monitor, did he? So he saw what he saw on the field. He didn't think it was with force or intensity, obviously. You know, that's why he made his decision. I've got the hindsight of multiple replays. When I see that, I think it's a red card.
And just one thing to add on that before we go on is that Dalot is running over to him. Yeah. So there is going to be the element of force because he's going toward him. You know, so I don't understand how they say there's no force there. There is force because momentum adds force to a challenge. I don't understand that either. I mean, I think everyone that's seen this is very confused, apart from certain people. Not Dermot, by the way.
Look, we're looking at the considerations for serious foul play, particularly endangering an opponent and point of contact. Look, can you see the terminology used by the official contradicts actually the laws that they've based their decision on, Dermot?
Well, I can't fight you, Hayley, and I'm not going to try because, as I said, my opinion only. I think if a player goes with a straight leg and connects force, it's interesting because people say to me about, you look at it in slow motion, it looks different, you see the freeze frame, but the freeze frame really is there for point of contact.
Yes.
And if you freeze frame it, you see the point of contact is knee high. I just think that for me is one of the key factors. The other thing is the ball's gone.
But even that there, the word, look, tackle or challenge that endangers the safety of an opponent. Just that alone, when someone comes in with a straight leg onto a knee, like Doku is lucky because if his foot is in the ground, that's going to push his knee back. His season's going to be over. That in itself, I mean, every time I see it, it just gets worse and worse. This angle is the worst because you can see his knee jar back again. Higher than the ankle. I mean, we've seen challenges this year which are just above the ankle that get a red card. That challenge is on his kneecap. And that alone, again, should say it's a red card. But again, I'm confused. And these are the decisions where I come on there and I'm like, how do they get that wrong? What in the VAR room, what are they looking at where they can say that is not a red card? The interpretation of how they describe challenges, the terminology they use to describe challenges to me, it confuses everyone. And, you know, the fact that they use that word glancing, that makes absolutely no sense to me at all.
Staying with you, Jay, on this, because a little bit earlier on, you look back at an incident, you said straight away, you remember the Miles Lewis-Skelly against Wolves as well. We're going to have a look at this one here.
Yeah, I mean, and look, this one here is Skelly's caught him on the top of his foot. I mean, it's on the top of the lower part of his ankle. But he's caught him. He got a red card for that.
Yeah.
He got a red card for that.
Well, let's be fair.
Yeah.
That was overturned. The referee was deemed to have made a mistake.
Okay, but I'm saying to you, he still give a red card for that initially.
Yeah, initially, but let's have balance. It's not a good comparison because that was deemed not to be a red card.
No, I understand that part, but I'm saying on the field, that is deemed a red card. This one on the field is deemed a yellow card. This one, but on Doku is 100 times worse than that one. And that's what I'm saying. So when I look at that and I'm saying, how can Skelly's one be a red card on the field, even though it got overturned, and that one is only a yellow card? The consistency is way off. Way off.
I think they're different tackles. I think the Skelly one, the referee thought he caught him on the Achilles with his studs, and he hadn't. So
he caught him in the front of the foot, not even the back.
I get that. But the referee, in motion, thought he caught him on the Achilles, and that's why he sent him off. Because, as we saw with Xavi Simons the other week, that's something the referees clamped down.
Did that one there go to? Sorry, I can't remember that one. Did that go to VAR as well, the Skelly one? I'm sure it did.
It did, yeah.
Yeah, so he shouldn't be thinking anything because obviously you can see the VAR, you can see the replay, and it would show you that he didn't get caught on his Achilles. So he still got caught on the top of his foot, and that is a lot, let's say, nicer than that Doku challenge. And this is consistency, and this is what everyone complains about. This is what I complain about all the time: the consistency of the way they interpret certain challenges. That's a red card on the field, that's a yellow card, and that is a lot worse than Skelly's one.
Be bearing in mind that was Skelly when making that decision then, and what about the timing of the decision as well, Dermot? You've obviously refereed big derbies, doesn't come much bigger than this. Does the fact that it's come so early in the game maybe help Dalot here?
I don't think so, because you're talking about one of the best referees in the world. So he will go in, and his message to his assistants and himself will be, let's hit the ground running. You know, once we blow the whistle, we start. It's, you know, you can't give an amnesty of 10, 15 minutes. You've got to be alert, because something goes wrong in the first minute, you've lost the game there. You've got to be very mindful of, you've got to be positive from the outset.
Can I just see that again, please? Because I'd like to see Anthony Taylor's position on that one. Was he blocked? Was he blocked for the Dalot challenge? Could he actually see it? I don't know if we can see the angle, if we can see where the referee is on this challenge. It doesn't look like it, but would his... Sorry, we're just waiting now.
Yeah, would his positioning...
No. Yeah, because, I mean, if his positioning is from behind Dalot, then I can understand why he might miss it. But if it's slightly to the side, like here... I mean, he should be able to see that still. The fact that he's only, 20 yards away, he should be able to see that his foot's caught him on the knee. So, again, there's no excuses as to he didn't see it. He's at an angle where he could see it.
It may also be he felt that he's gone down the side of his knee rather than
But if he's gone down the side of his, wherever he's gone down the side of, whether it's inside or the outside, he's still gone onto his knee.
He is, but I'm just saying he may have felt
above the
differently.
ankle.
And just a question for you, Dermot. Do you know, like, because it is a derby, do referees take that into consideration because they know it's going to be a bit more feisty, so they let certain things go they wouldn't normally let go?
No, that's what I said to Hayley earlier. You've got to be mindful. You've got to be positive, because if you let something go in the first minute, you're chasing your tail for the rest of the game. And also, because you're standing over everybody and they've got to be consistent. So I miss something in the first minute, I've got to miss it for another 89 then.
Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Look, United had 3 goals ruled for offside in the first half. There was Bruno Fernandes allowed to play on and have the chance to then score, of course. Dermot, a good decision given how tight it was and how important it is for the assistant to delay that flag going up.
I think it's a really good decision by Gary Bessick. I think it's first class. And I think it's also good that in situations like this, because it is so tight, that you allow it to play out, because whatever happens, you're going to get the right outcome. If the assistant raises his flag and then he is just onside, it's too late because the damage is done. You let it play out, you can come back like he did, offside, it's checked, given offside.
Yeah, I completely agree there. When I watched that, I actually thought it was onside. So it's a fantastic decision there. I didn't see that at all. And I just thought, in my mind, I thought this can't be given offside. So it is a great decision there, and it's good that the referees called it.
Look, United were celebrating a 5th when Mount was putting the ball in the back of the net. This was on 92 minutes. Now to this decision, it would have been huge if the game had been level. They're so marginal. We know the assistant right to keep their flag down. But what about the experience of the fan here as well, Jay? Look, joy and celebration and confusion. The game carries on. The VAR graphic will show you wasn't shown. So fans were just left guessing, weren't they?
Again, I mean, that one is a real tight one. I've just seen this one this morning, by the way, Hayley, and straight away I was like, how could that be offside? Because let me just say one thing as well. I don't like these kind of graphics. I need to see the source of where the ball's coming from to know if they've pressed the button at the right time to see if it's offside or not. That's just my opinion. But 2, I think that's the wrong line anyway. I think the line they should be looking at is Rodri. Rodri looks like he's the one that's playing Cunha on side, and it's not this one here. When you see Rodri looks ahead of Ake for me. So I think that should be the line that should have been drawn, and not the one on Ake. Again, I think that they got that one wrong.
Do you see where he's coming from, Dermot?
Not at all.
Thought so.
Dermot, you never would see where I'm coming from.
You've got to be fair. The technology is technology. It's there for everybody. It's got the tolerance level built in. The semi-automated goes on the furthest player back. They decide it's Ake.
Yeah, but I'm saying that when the people in the VAR room have with the technology, they have to stop the situation of when the ball leaves that player's foot. So they can get that wrong to determine that line, right? So that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the technology. I'm talking about when they stop it at source, when that ball leaves, whose foot was that? Ahmad. When that ball leaves Ahmad's foot, is it the right point? Or have they done it a freeze frame too late? Because that would explain if it's offside or not. That's my thing. That's why I need to see the cartoon of where the ball has left the player's foot. That would explain a lot more to me, and I think it would show a lot more, because that way we can definitively say if that's right or wrong. The technology is always right. I think that when the people in the VAR room press the button of when that leaves the player's foot can be wrong. That's what I need to see going forward.
And by cartoon, you mean the advanced technological illustration of a player?
Cartoon, yeah, yes. We're not talking about Roger Rabbit.
I know.
Yeah, we're talking about like the advanced technology. Okay. Sorry.
Look,
and we're also questioning a very, very skilled operative.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who's trained for years.
Yeah.
To be the technician.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm questioning it, yeah. Because we're human. You can all be wrong. Just because you've trained and done it. I've trained to be a footballer for years and years and years, but I can still get things wrong.
Perfect. That's absolutely right.
I'm far from perfect. But at the end of the day, people can still make mistakes. And that's why I'm saying I need to see on the advanced technology pictures of when the ball has actually left the player's foot. And I think that would explain a lot more.
Okay. Well, we want to explain a lot more, so we need a lot more time. So we're going to try and get through as much as we possibly can. But thanks for that there with that derby. What about Arsenal? Now, they should have been awarded a clear penalty against Nottingham Forest for handball. And Ola Aina, Michael Oliver said no. VAR backed the call, saying it came off his shoulder first. And the arm was in a natural position by his side. What do you make of the decision, Dermot?
100% not a penalty for a number of reasons. Firstly, you see it comes off his shoulder. Elliot Anderson, his colleague, knocks into him, which pushes him into the ball. His arm's in the natural position. It strikes his arm off his own shoulder. I don't think there's much to argue about, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, again, I agree. The rules are if it comes off your body and goes onto your arm, it's not a handball. That's obviously happened there. I think, is it Elliot Anderson? Elliot Anderson's bumped into Aina, which has knocked him onto the ball. So again, for me, that's an accident. I don't want to see penalties for that.